our AI comms course. Are you ready? So this one is section 4, our content scaling frameworks. And you're going to find out just how simple it is to instantly turn one amazing piece of content into a YouTube script, a blog, a webinar script, outline, sales page, etc. All right, so when you have one idea, you need to remember there's a lot of platforms out there, and you can repurpose that one idea into multiple formats. I do this every time. If I'm posting something to X, I'm thinking, can this go to LinkedIn? Can this go to Facebook? Can this go to Instagram? And for X, I'm very dedicated. I don't repurpose a lot of that content because it's so specific to X. But when I have a long form thought, it goes on X, it goes on Instagram, it goes on LinkedIn, and it goes on Facebook. And then I just tailor it for each one. So here's a really good rule of thumb. If you're working with a brand, let's say you're selling AI content as a service, which is a great business model. You're guiding clients through that process, or maybe you're doing this for your brand or multiple brands under you. A 1 to 5 to 25 rule is a great ratio to follow. What do I mean? You got one big idea, you have 5 content formats, and you can actually generate 25 unique pieces out of that one piece of content. So if you have this one big idea that everybody should hear about, this is the quickest way to get it out. 25 different ways. So let's say your core idea is a blog post. You can take that and make a Twitter thread. You can take that and make a LinkedIn article. You can take that LinkedIn article, turn it into a newsletter. Then you can turn that into a YouTube script. So out of one really good core idea, you can multiply your content. So the scaling process goes like this. If you think of your cornerstone content, that is how to create the bedrock, the foundation of scalability really well versus a weak thought that isn't really cornerstone, that isn't really foundational. You need a foundational cornerstone content, thought, idea, concept to then turn into your scaling pieces. So out of that cornerstone content, what are some key insights that you really loved, that really present the brand in a good light, that really share the critical messages? Adapt those insights for each platform. You can maintain the brand voice across formats, which is also critical, right? So here's an actual example of this. Let's say we have a blog post about the AI content revolution. We're talking all about what this looks like in 2025. We're using our custom GPT to do the baseline blog writing. And then from there, we're filling it out with our own thoughts, our own expressions. Well, if that blog is good enough, we can turn it into 5 different Twitter threads about the coming revolution for healthcare, we can think about different verticals we want to hit. You tie this all back to your clients. It gets amazing. 3 different LinkedIn posts you want to create from that same blog post, different topic angles. You're going to use AI to do this, of course. 2 different email sequences to nurture your list. Maybe you can tie those to offers. And then, of course, a YouTube script as well out of it. So when you think of how platforms are built, right, they have different DNA. Twitter is a fan of short, punchy content. Things that share a thought in a very short, punchy manner. On LinkedIn, it's professional stories all day long. That is what works. Email. You want this to be more personal and direct. Email is a good place to speak directly to the end reader. On YouTube, you should be teaching. You should be entertaining. So here's a great scaling command. You're going to laugh how simple this is. Once you have your cornerstone content pieces, you're going to say, take this content piece, attach it if it's a good article, or just paste it. And then you're going to say, adapt it for LinkedIn. And if you're doing this in your Claude project, you learned how to train that project for different formats, which means you have a copywriter for each platform. So you can tell it, go take this content, adapt it for LinkedIn, Facebook, X, etc. You want to tell it, please maintain my voice characteristics, but name what those are. Maintain my voice of authority, maintain my cutting edge style, etc. And optimize it for X thread, for a LinkedIn article. Be specific. If it's a LinkedIn post and a LinkedIn article are different, right? Articles are, think of it like a blog, but a LinkedIn post, well, that's an update from you or your company about something that positions you as the authority. So when you feed Cornerstone content to AI, that's an article, that's a blog you really like, that's your core thoughts. Maybe it's a brain dump. Maybe it's you just using voice and